Hey everybody, this is Douglas from DGA Mabuti Travels. Today is a really special edition because I'm chatting with an old friend of mine from the Air Force and Filipino, and his name is Gilbert Baguinon. Um, when I joined the Air Force in 1987, I went to basic training at San Antonio, Texas, Lackland Air Force Base. And after my time in basic training or boot camp, then I was stationed at Chanute Air Force Base, Illinois, for my tech school. And Gilbert was my first roommate. And so, without further ado, here's Gilbert. Hey, Gilbert, how are you? It's funny. We both, lived through the pandemic and having the Zoom, everything from work and all that stuff. But a little bit of technical difficulties getting connected here. So, so everybody, this is my dear old friend Gilbert, and I'd like to ask Gilbert a few questions, and so you can learn a little bit about him and his life, so let's start. So where are you now? Where are you living now?
So basically, I'm currently living in Florida, in Navarre, Florida. I've been here since 2006, right? 2006. But I was living here back in '95 to '99. So I came back.
And that was before you retired, right?
Right, just before I retired. So after I retired.
All right. So I had already spoke to everybody. I told them, I mentioned that. So in 1987, we went to basic training. We were in different flights. And then we met at Chanute Air Force Base in Champaign, Rantoul, Illinois, just a little podunk town. And we went through our tech school together through a super cold winter. Remember, we always wore ski masks when we marched to class in the morning. So Gilbert's my first roommate ever in the Air Force. Now, let me back up just a little bit. So when I was in basic training, it just so happens my best friend was Rene Tovar. He was a Filipino. And then I get to Chanute, and who's my best buddy there? Gilbert is my roommate. And and so I did my aircraft stuff. Gilbert you were a jet engine mechanic, right?
Right. Turboprop, yes.
Yeah. And then from there, we went our separate ways. So don't forget, so this was back before cell phones and emails and everything like that. So when two friends or friends at a certain base, when they go their own way, they a lot of times what would have to do is say, okay, here's the mailing address for my parents. They will know. So all you got to do is email them and with your new address to get in touch with me, and they will give you my ad. So we did everything postal and stamps back in the day. Or if we knew that, hey, I'm going to this base in California, we could sometimes call the operator, right? Call the operator at the base, say, hey, I'm looking for Gilbert Baguinon. He's a very, very Pugi Filipino guy. And they would look people up on in their roster that they have and go, okay, here's the phone number for his office or whatever. So that's how we had to find people back in the day.
Right.
And I remember, I'm not even sure how we connected. It was through mail, of course. But I remember even in the 90s, every year Gilbert was so lovely. I would get a box of chocolate-covered macadamia nuts, and then there would be like stickers. And I think what I remember, and I'm pretty sure I still have them boxed away. And I think it would say Guam with beautiful colors on it and stuff like that.
Right. You know what? You remember all that. It's funny. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I have a pretty strange memory. Sometimes I could meet somebody 20 years ago, see them again and go, you're Bill, right? I'm like, how the heck did you? But sometimes I'll forget to put the trash out on Monday or Thursday. It's like, so There you go.
Right, right. Yeah. So I mean, just yeah, like you said, you gotta call the operator and ask, tell them the name. They'll look you up.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Super
yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And just also on a funny note, so I retired in 2007. And what year did you retire?
Same year.
Okay, same year too. I wasn't sure if you did a year longer than me. So we both
Uh,
did 20 years.
right.
And now we find ourselves, we're both working for the same defense aeronautics company.
Right.
Yeah, it's so funny. Two different areas of work, but for the same company. And so, yeah,
Mhm.
so that's just kind of full circle, right?
Right, right.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Air Force, the retirement to the same company.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah,
So let me start asking a few questions, then I'm going to share some things with you too.
all
So
right.
where were you born and where did you
So,
grow up?
okay, so I was born in this island in the Philippines, Mindoro Island,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's in the southern Tagalog region, and it's in the town. It's called San Jose. The San Jose Occidental Mindoro. So, I was born in '68. That was I was told I was 6 months, right? I was born 6 months prior to my dad going to the States.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right. And so I grew up not really knowing my dad. I seen him maybe like 3 times before we finally meet up in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to Guam. Yeah, yeah. So 68, and then I went to high school. Well, actually elementary in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
and moved to Guam when I was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So we migrated. The whole family migrated to be with dad in Guam,
Mm-hmm.
and so in Guam, so I went to high school. Actually, I went back to sixth grade in Guam. And then went to junior high, for 2 years, and high school. So when I was in high school, I always liked airplanes. Growing up, even in the Philippines. So when I went to high school, they offer ROTC. It happens to be Air Force ROTC.
Right.
So, and I found out that, hey, if you join the ROTC for 3 years, then when you go in the Air Force, you'll have 2 stripes. And so I took advantage of that. So I joined the ROTC, and so that's why when I was in tech school, and I don't know if you remember, I have 2 stripes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So that's what happened. And so
Yeah,
I
because
joined.
you outranked me because I had some college. I went to college before I came
Right.
in the Air Force, so I came in with 1 stripe.
Mm-hmm. Right. So right out of high school, I graduated in '87. John F. Kennedy High School, right? Islanders, yay! So yeah. So and plus, living in Guam, it's a small island, 32 miles long, 7 miles wide. You can go around the island in like a couple of hours. So
Yeah.
pretty much the pretty much the island survived by tourism, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's right. So, I have to think about it. Like, I don't know if I want to stay on the island and get a job in the hospitality, world. And so I said, no, I think I'll join the service. And so I planned everything. And so when I was in high school, I joined the ROTC. So get that 2 stripes and go in, and so that's pretty much, I think that's the Air Force is the best let's say decision that I made.
Yeah. So
Right.
how old were you when you enlisted?
So right out of high school, so I joined 19. I was 19. Right out of high school, I graduated, and funny enough, it's like, I told you I don't want to work in a hotel, but I worked in a hotel as a bellboy for 3 months, waiting
to go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I got to experience that, and also one summer I also did. I work at a Mexican restaurant as a dishwasher. You
Hmm.
know, like for summer, and then yeah, it's like no, not for me. So
Yeah.
really, that really pushed me to really to join the service.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So 87 and October when I came in.
Yeah.
Right. October. And then so again, went straight to Blackland, and I've always wanted to see snow, right? Ever since coming from
Hmm.
the Philippines, hey, I want to experience that, right? So from Blackland, of course, to Chanute,
Yeah.
winter time, my first winter in the States, and here comes the snow. I was like, oh, this fun. Then after a while, like, man, it's too cold. I don't want.
Because where we were, it was like all like corn farmland, right? So in the wintertime,
Right,
everything was flat. So
right.
the wind would just go through there 200 miles an hour, ice
Mm-hmm.
cold. And
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, it was. And so I grew up in Maine. I
Right.
grew up playing in snow. But I remember when I was at Chanute, I was like, good Lord, you guys can have this. This is bitter cold. Yeah.
Right, right. So yeah, I think yeah, walking a mile to school with a ski mask with a
Yeah.
jacket, over the
Yeah.
top of the
And,
jacket.
and our lightsabers.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah. To be safe, Yeah.
right.
Oh my gosh. So, uh, just kind of a fun note. So, I started cutting my hair probably, yeah, it was in tech schools when I started. I wanted to cut my own hair because I'd gone to the barbershop on base, and you tell the person, hey, I kind of want it like this, and no kidding, they would be watching TV. I'm watching them in the mirror. They're watching
Right.
TV, cutting your hair. They don't. It was like, and every time I got home, I was like, this. I'm going to start cutting my own hair. So I bought clippers. I started cutting my own hair. Then I started cutting. I started, people were like, hey man, can you cut my hair? So I remember I would cut Gilbert's hair, and you were the hardest head to cut because your hair grew out
Right,
straight like a tree
right,
cat. It was,
right.
yeah, you had the most amazing hair, but it was so hard to cut. And because I was afraid, I was afraid I was going to, mostly I was afraid because I was going to mess it up because it was so straight. Yeah.
Right. Cause yeah, I mean, cause yeah, whenever I go to a barbershop, same thing. Like, you would mess it up. Cause again, they say your hair is like straight up like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Best of luck. Yeah. So,
So I would, so I mean, so I would normally like find an Asian barber, like
yeah.
they're familiar with that kind of hair,
Yeah.
so they cut it the way I wanted it.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. So let me back up just a little bit. So, about your family. So, how many siblings do you have?
Yeah, so I have two sisters and two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So out of five, I was the only one that joined the service.
Yeah.
Right, right. So my brother and sisters, stayed in Guam, and then one of my brother moved to California, and my sister got married to Air Force, and yeah, so she's now in Kansas.
Oh, Kansas, yeah.
In Wichita.
Wichita. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, oh, flat. Just
Yeah.
right.
I got stuck there. We did an air show. So I was with the Thunderbird. We did an air show there. And after our air show, we launched the F-16s back to Nellis. Our ground support plane that was supposed to come pick us up, we couldn't get ground support. The Air Force, we were stuck there for 3 or 4 days. The Air Force couldn't find any aircraft, any, C-130 or anything like that to come pick us up. We were stranded. At McConnell, yeah. It was boring. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, nice. We're stuck in Hawaii.
Yeah, I know it. That's funny. Let's see. So we kind of talked a little bit about basic training and tech school. So you did 20 years. 20 years is a long time, and I'm like most people in the military, you are at a base installation for maybe 3 years, 4 years if you're lucky,
Right.
if you like it, right? Sometimes you're at a place that you hate, and the Air Force will stick you there for 10 years. But if you really love a place, they're like, oh, time to move on. So, I mean, I moved, I don't, well, I won't count now, but maybe it was like 9 different bases in my career or so. And so you moving around a lot. Um, what was probably the best place you lived, and then the worst place, and then some of your best and worst Air Force experiences?
Hmm. Well, my first base was Pope.
Pope, yeah, I remember Pope, yeah.
Right, no Hope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was stationed there for 4 years. And from there, I went to, okay, so I was there 88 to 92. And then from 92 to 95, or 94, I should say, I went to Yokota, Japan. Yeah,
And I wasn't too far away because I was in Korea in 93,
Oh, okay.
94, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from there, from Yokota, I went to Rhein-Main, Germany. So 95 until mid 95. From Rhein-Main, we moved to Ramstein. So basically, what happened was they shut down the base. I was there when they shut down the base, so we had to move all the C-130s and the shop and all that to Ramstein. So basically, I still went to Ramstein for maybe 3 months, and then they sent us back early. So I was in Germany for a year and a half. So that's when I came to Herbert Field here in Florida. So that was 95 to 99, and while I was stationed here in Herbert, I got married in 97. And then so 99, I volunteered to go to Korea. So I was in Osan for a year, so unaccompanied, so I can go back to Japan because I love Japan.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So I put it for unaccompanied with a guaranteed follow-on to Yokota, back to Yokota. So I was happy with that. So I stayed another 4 years in Yokota. So that's a total of 6 years. And then, so from Yokota, I went back to Herbert Field. So I went to Yokota, Osan, Japan, and then back
to Florida,
again to Herbert, Florida, until until retired in 2007. Yeah, so pretty much, I think I have to say that I don't know if the worst is the being stationed in Pope. Out of all those bases, I have to say Pope is, it's a place, I guess, that you like look behind, your rear view mirror.
Yeah,
you're right. But I enjoyed it, the moving around, seeing places. That's part of why I joined the service. I wanted to see the world.
Yeah.
Right. And so I got to do that. Got to travel, and especially when I was in Germany. So I traveled to those other countries, Romania, Switzerland, Spain, and and of course Amsterdam was always the first stop when you're stationed in Germany.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I think the best experience in the Air Force really being able to travel and see the world. And so yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I mean, of course, I would say the worst, maybe all those exercises when you're
the exercises and wearing the gas mask.
Right. But they train you to be ready, so you really can't complain. But yeah. So I, like I said, that joining the Air Force is the best decision I've made in my life.
Yeah. Right. Because you think about it, it gave us a certain set of skills that let us go on to a second life, a second career.
Correct.
In most cases, making a lot more money than what we made in uniform. But I mean, none of us joined the military. I'm going to join the military. I'm going to get rich. Nobody joins the military to get rich. We're all joining for different reasons, patriotic reasons, certain causes, serving the country and whatnot. But nobody joins the military to go, I'm going to get some bank, because it just doesn't work that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like you say, joining the military is a privilege. Just
Right. Yeah.
Just grateful that I had that privilege to serve. And so there's no regret on that. Like you said, the military gave you the skills. Then as a turboprop mechanic, I've worked on C-130 engines and also H-53 gunship helicopters.
Yeah.
So and that just a skill of being a mechanic, that the military also train you to be a leader. Give you leadership skills and all. So.
Right, because when people move on to their lives and they're looking for other jobs, employers will go, "Oh, you did 20 years in the military? There's somebody that has their act together. They're disciplined. They're responsible." Especially when you get to a certain level in the military, you have your arms around so much. You're running a shop. You have so many employees, so many military folks underneath you that you're taking care of. And you're taking care of the mission, and you're taking care of your people. So that was always a huge skill that I think we all picked up. Spinning all those plates and trying not to let anything fall. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So before I go on a little bit, I'm just going to let's see. I've got to find out how to do screen sharing. How do I do screen share? Because I had the oh, here we go. Share. Right there, that big button in front of me. So let's do this. I'm going to show you some things. I want you to talk about them. So who is this?
Oh, that's my dad and my mom when they were still single.
So let me tell you, they both look like movie stars. They're beautiful. They're both beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. Every time I show these pictures to my friends, they would always say, your mom, your dad, they all look,
Yeah. Are they still with us? Gilbert?
Say again?
Are they still alive?
No. Unfortunately, they both passed.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Very lovely. Now people will go, when they look at you, they go, "Oh, that's why he's so poogie. That's why he's so poogie." All right, so let me go on to another one.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
Yeah. So there's Gilbert there. So and this is so funny. Our life is connected in a whole bunch of different ways. One of the ways is when somebody joins the Air Force, they get sworn in into the military, to the Air Force, and it's by an Air Force officer, right? And so the Air Force Thunderbirds, each year they'd go to different bases, and they'd bring a bunch of new recruits out, and they would enlist them. And this here is where Gilbert got enlisted with Air Force Thunderbirds. And years later in my military career, I did 4 years with Air Force Thunderbirds, and I remember this perfectly. Not you, of course, but this is really great. And there's Gilbert there with the whole team kneeling down in front of him, and
it had all their signatures, their autographs.
Yeah, it's quite an honor.
Right.
Yeah. So not everybody who gets sworn into the Air Force gets something so special as this. A lot of times they're in some little office or some little, like a break room, or just but here you are in front of a red, white, and blue Thunderbird F-16, which was pretty cool.
Right. So this happened at Anderson Air Force Base in Guam.
Oh yeah. So this must be tech school.
Tech school, Shannon. Right.
Look at that mustache. That is kicking.
Yeah. Rick was swatted there with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's your guitar.
That's my guitar. And Gilbert's, serenading me. He's like, "I'm gonna play your song." I don't know what it was.
Mm, pretending, I
Yeah.
guess.
So there's us three studs in the hallway. There's me
Mm,
and Gilbert. This is a guy named Jay
okay,
Brimmer, and this
right.
is Brown. Was it
Yeah,
Brown?
right. I think
I
so.
think it was Brown. I'm not even sure where he ended up going. I think he worked
Mhm.
age equipment.
Okay.
I later, years later, Jay and I were at Luke Air Force Base in Arizona together.
Mm,
But here we are. And sadly, I have more pictures of us together, but they're
mhm,
buried away deep in some boxes, and I couldn't find them. But I had these digitally.
mhm.
So there you
So
are.
I was working on a Hamilton Standard blade, propeller blade.
That's right. I was gonna say Hamilton Standard. That's what I
Right.
was gonna say.
And this was in Yokota
Yeah,
during my second tour.
yeah, great.
Basically, I was in charge of the propeller section.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
are.
Exercise
Yeah,
12 hours.
exercise. Yeah, yeah.
Well, all
I'll
right.
get your tape all around your arms and your helmet
Right.
and everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yokota. Ah, this was flying from on the back of a H-53
Hmm.
helicopter gunship
Hmm.
from Korea to Okinawa, Japan.
Hmm.
Went to Okinawa for training, and so the air crews did touch and go on Navy ships that's on the way to Australia.
Hmm.
And then on the third touch and go, the chip light came on, or the tail rotor chip light came
Oh,
on,
yeah.
right? And so I basically, the crew chief took the mag, what's it called, the mag, well, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's a magnetic. Basically, it captures if any
All the metal debris. If
right, the
something
metal,
starts to shred,
right,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So basically, uh, the ship turned around, we got us close to the shore, and we flew the bird with a one-time flight. We had the wing commander with us actually.
Hmm.
So he flew with us in this bird on the way back to from the ship back to the base there. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I remember the experience. Like everybody's like, okay, like looking at each other.
So,
Yeah.
have you ever got a chance to fire the gun?
No, I wanted to, but I didn't get
Yeah.
to. But
Yeah.
that would have been nice,
Uh, Next time,
yeah.
if somebody asks, just say, "Oh yeah, they let me fire the gun. They got, I got a couple confirmed kills."
Right, right. Go.
Yeah.
There's retirement. Herbert
Yeah,
Field. Yeah. So
really nice.
yeah. So during my retirement, I had to take a PTO from my job at BAE System.
Oh, yeah,
So July, I got hired July 2nd.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right. So my retirement is actually October.
Hmm.
So I already had a job,
Yeah.
Right.
Wow,
So
you leapfrogged right into that. So that's Charlie.
yeah, it's Charlie, my brother, that's in California. Yeah, yeah.
Nice, really nice.
Yeah, he came for my retirement from California. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's patriotism right there.
So I got to tell you, Gilbert,
Mhm.
when I was going through these photos that I lifted off your Facebook page, when I was
Right.
going through these photos, I tell you, I was really, I had a lot of pride. There was a lot of emotion going through these and seeing your life and your career. It was really something. I was really, really happy to been your friend. So,
You know. Hey.
so let's talk about table tennis. So are you semi-pro? Are you pro? I know you're very, very, very competitive.
Well, I would say I'm okay. I win some, I lose some. So
Yeah.
I started table tennis when I was in the Philippines. I would think if I remember correctly, I was about 9 or 10 years old.
Hmm.
So that's when I first learned. And then, so when I moved to Guam, I didn't really get to play any. Because there was no clubs or anything like that, back in the 80s. So I stopped playing, and then when I got stationed in Yokota, they have a couple of tables at the rec center, so I started playing again. And yeah, so after retirement, my boss happens to play table tennis, so said, "Hey, Gil, do you play table tennis?" "Yeah, I play table tennis." "Oh, yeah, we have a club in Fort Walton." So then I picked up the paddle again, and that's when I started. So basically, this is my leisure and relaxation. I try to play 3 times a week, to keep my heart young somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so I joined a few tournaments. I've won a couple, and so pretty much, and that's pretty much what I do for leisure table tennis. And just recently I went to Huntsville, Alabama, to watch the nationals championship, right? And then back in 2019, I traveled to Budapest, Hungary.
Oh, wow.
To watch the World Championship.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was an experience watching all the pros, and then looking at myself like, man, I got another lifetime to go. Play like those guys.
Yeah, like Forrest Gump.
Right. So I went to Korea. I mean, not Korea, to Korea Table Tennis Association club over there in Georgia, and I got some coaching, while I was there, and so So and then this was a pretty nice club,
Right.
Right, and so I got a couple of pointers, there you go. I don't know what I won there. Maybe second place or something. Yeah, second place.
I think you were cheated. You should have made first, man. You got cheated.
I tried, but
so let's see, what's next? Oh, is it true that you actually caught this shark and skinned it and cooked it?
You know it. Yeah, this one was in Atlanta. The aquarium in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta. Yeah. Right. So
I don't know if I ever told you, but I had a shark incident myself.
Oh, that's really cool. That Jaws.
Yeah, that's Jaws. Oh boy. So yeah. All right. So you're working for a defense aeronautics company, and so what's like your 5-year plan? What do you want to do in the future? Do you plan on retiring soon again, or?
I've been thinking. I'm 56, and I was like, maybe I should retire when I reach the age of 62. Like I heard a lot of story where they would wait until they turn 65 or 67, right, and a couple of years later, like they're gone, and not even enjoyed their retirement, right? And so so I'm really contemplating, hard to retire to 62 if I can do it, So with the military retirement and Social Security, but I'd love to just travel, whether retired on Guam and then travel back and forth to the Philippines. That's back of my head, So right. So maybe one day, hey Doug, I'm retired. Come to Guam, visit me here. Or something. Maybe.
I already told you that, and I showed you our house in the Philippines. So I'll be like, all right, I'll come see you in Guam. We'll hang out there. We'll go to Gab Beach and go snorkeling, and then you come hang out with us in the Philippines.
Right. That's really nice. Then you like it's because I've been watching YouTube, right? And
Mm-hmm.
about all this foreigners retiring in the Philippines. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, man, these foreigners, they enjoy their lives, like wow. And here I am working hard,
Yeah.
day in day out,
Yeah.
making a living. Yet, why can't I do that? It was like so. Yeah, so I really how would I say uh, envy those guys. Like wow, having a nice life in the Philippines, and I'm Filipino. I was like, what am I doing?
I know. What are you doing in Florida?
Right,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's something that I'm looking into, like moving to the Philippines, after retirement, maybe 62. So yeah, so maybe we'll be neighbor in the Philippines or something.
Yeah. Yeah. But so where you're from, how far? So Grace is from Mindanao, from Surigao. So where you said you're down south somewhere, but so where?
Uh, so so basically, Manila. If you look at the map, Luzon, you got Manila, and then Batangas. So it's at like a 30-minute plane ride
Okay.
from Manila west. If I'm looking at the map correctly, yeah, west of Manila. So
I'll just take a boat. I'll just start paddling.
actually, you can actually right now they do have a straight service to Mindoro, riding the bus. So they would take the bus and they would put it on a boat and go across and then to the island. It's about like 2 hours boat ride.
Yeah.
Then to the so yeah.
Yeah, we've done the boat. We were flying to Cebu, spent a couple nights in Cebu, and my first time is we took the boat from Cebu overnight down to Surigao. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So since I've been back to the Philippines, about four times since I moved back to the States from overseas. Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking at, I'm looking at my cousins, relatives. Like, they don't have much, right? They don't have much. They don't have. I mean, they live, day by day, and yet they enjoy life.
So that's one thing. That was the very first thing, Gilbert, that when I met Grace. Grace and I met in the United Arab Emirates. I was working for Lockheed Martin. Fell in love. We get married. My very first time in the Philippines, when I got down to Mindanao, is just seeing people that didn't have much. They didn't have much, but they had everything they needed, and they were happy.
Right.
I just never saw. I mean, and you think about some of the Americans, how spoiled Americans are. Oh, my air conditioning isn't really working, or or I got a flat tire, or the brakes on my motorcycle don't work, and they cry about every little thing. But you look at these people that don't really have much. They're just joyful. They're so joyful. And that was one thing that really, sometimes I get misty talking about it because it was something that really affected me. And it was just a beautiful thing to see. And when I start putting together some more videos for this channel, I have this beautiful photograph that I took of this young girl. She's probably 3 years old, and she had 2 jugs of water, and all she had on was like a t-shirt, I think. And she was a little dirty. She had 2 jugs of water. 3 years old, this little tiny thing, walking down the dirt road. And I was asking my mahal about that. She says, yeah, she's probably going down to the stream to get water for her mother to cook or to clean or something. And that's you get this 3-year-old little girl doing this, and it's just I really connect with the culture and the people, and everywhere I go, I'm taking pictures with strangers. They want to take pictures with me, and I love it. I have so much fun there, and just people there are happy. And when you watch some of these YouTubes and stuff, you'll hear people talking about, man, that's the one thing I noticed. Everybody there's so happy.
Right.
It's really it's really a breath of fresh air. It really is. So my Mahal, she's been really talking to me about Mahal, when you can retire now. Let's just go to the Philippines. So now we have a house there, and you can sit up, because I'm a screenwriter, and so she sit up there on our balcony and on the terrace, and you can write your movies, and you don't have any worries, And,
Right.
Yeah. So I'm really considering it. Considering it.
I don't blame your wife,
Yeah. And so my wife and my daughter, they leave next week for the Philippines.
Right.
They're going to see the house for the first time.
Okay.
And then I'll follow on the 29th.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fun. You'll get to enjoy.
I'll send you pictures. And so I plan on doing a lot of vlogging and putting together a lot of video for folks that are interested in seeing what it's like there,
Right. That's what I do when I have free time. I would always go to YouTube and watch Philippine and foreign, or the bloggers, foreigners,
and it's funny, those videos, like you'll see it posted yesterday, and it will already have like 800,000 views. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It's amazing, People are just really, just love seeing that stuff. So that's why my wife, she really talked to me, Mahal, you need to be vlogging because you're creative and you're a filmmaker and you could do something interesting and make people, and so I'm going to try my hand at it. Like I said, this is going to be, I'm not sure where this episode will be when I start posting my videos, but I'll edit it this weekend and I'll get it up there soon. So definitely, for all you folks watching this, like and subscribe. Send it out to all your friends and family if you like what you see. I'm going to be doing a lot of things. Matter of fact, tonight I made Filipino spaghetti and I videotaped it. I'm going to be cooking all kinds of Filipino food that I'll be showing, and then also because my family's Italian, I'll cook Italian food and whatever you guys ask for. And then I'll be telling all kinds of funny stories about things that happened to us in the Philippines and stuff like that. And absolutely, I'll have my Pookie friend Gilbert on here again, and we can chat anytime he wants to, and you can ask him questions. Definitely, when I post this, if you want to ask Gilbert a few questions about his life and his career, a very interesting life, throw them in the comments, and he'll be able to see them. So
you'll be happy to be part of your blog anytime. Right? Yeah. And when I visit in the Philippines, we're gonna have a balut eating contest there. Huh?
We got a bad connection, Gilbert. I can't hear you. You're not coming in. I'm losing you. So that's one thing. So even my Mahal, she doesn't really eat balut. My daughter, she's 15. She's very adventurous. So excited about going back home to the Philippines. She hasn't been there in a couple of years. She eats everything. She's got a really healthy appetite. I think she would like to try it. We've eaten what they call the jumping salad with the shrimp.
Okay.
I think that's what my wife's family called it, the jumping salad. It was live shrimp that was still flying around. Stuff like that. Yeah. I'm just a little adventurous, but not too much. But thankfully, my Mahal is an amazing cook. She's an artist in the kitchen for sure. So
it's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, Gilbert, man, I tell you, it's so nice to chat with you and share some of your life with folks, with Filipinos, and anybody who's watching this video. I'm glad we've kept in touch all this time. I'm really happy to know you, Gilbert. Yeah.
Likewise, Doug. I know I've been saying, hey, I should visit you over in Texas. I always stopping.
Yeah, you're always going by me. I was like, where the hell's that Gilbert? Papatayin kita. Come on.
So yeah, glad to be able to chat with you and your blog and all that. Anytime.
All right, Gilbert. So once again, folks, thanks so much for watching. This is DGA Mabuti Travels, and this is Gilbert Baguinon. I'm Douglas, and thanks for watching.
All right. I'll see you. Bye.